Good afternoon, students. Welcome to third semester, BSc third semester, Rani Chennamma University. Okay, here I want to discuss the syllabus of third semester chemistry. Third semester chemistry divided into three parts. One is inorganic chemistry, second one organic chemistry, third one physical chemistry. Here, first we discuss about the topics which are present in inorganic chemistry. Inorganic chemistry, here we have three topics. One is metallurgy. Metallurgy. What is the meaning of metallurgy? Extraction of metals from its ores. By using specific methods we called as metallurgy. Okay, here we have the different methods for the extraction of metal in pure form from its ore. We'll see in continuation the topic completely in that chapter. Already in first PUC, second PUC will have general principles in metallurgy, general principles in extraction of metals. We'll see in continuation about this topic. Okay. Second one, solvents. Second one, solvents. Already we know about the solvent. Solution. Already we know about the solution. What is the solution? The homogeneous mixture of two or more components we call as solution. Solution contains two components. We call binary solution. Okay, solution, at least solution contains two components. What are those? One is solute, other one is solvent. Which is major part in solution we call as solvent. Which is minor part in the solution we called as solute. Okay, here already water is the universal solvent. Here we will discuss about the complete properties of water and how water works as a universal solvent. Why water is called universal solvent? And liquid hydrogen fluoride. What are the properties of liquid hydrogen fluoride? Liquid ammonia. One more is there, liquid sulfur dioxide also is there. All those are used as a good solvent for the synthesis of so many compounds in inorganic chemistry as well as organic chemistry. Okay, we'll see all those solvents in that chapter. Okay, third chapter is acid and bases. Okay, acid. Okay, which are sour in taste, the chemical substance or the material which are sour in taste we called as acids. Okay, the chemical substances which are bitter in taste, those are simply considered as a bases. It is a general definition, it is a normal definition. According to the different theories, we have nearly so many theories are there. Okay, but according to the Lavoisier, oxygen containing molecules we called as acids. But hydrochloric acid doesn't contain oxygen, but it is considered as a hydrochloric acid. So Lavoisier theory was failed. Okay, in continuation of that discovery of definition of the acid and base, we have nearly three theories in our syllabus: Arrhenius acid-base theory, Bronsted-Lowry theory, acid-base theory, and Lewis acid-base theory. According to the Arrhenius acid-base theory, acid means which releases the proton in aqueous solution we called as Arrhenius acid. Which releases the OH minus ion in aqueous solution we called as Arrhenius base. Which releases the H plus ion in aqueous solution we called as Bronsted-Lowry acid. Which accept the H plus ion in aqueous solution we called as Bronsted-Lowry acid. Okay, which donate the one electron pair we called as Lewis base. Which has capability to accept one electron pair we called as Lewis acid. These are the definitions of acid and base according to the three important theories. What are those? One is Arrhenius acid-base theory, Lewis acid-base theory, and Bronsted-Lowry acid-base theory. We'll see in continuation complete description of acids and bases and all those theories in this chapter. These three chapters are present in inorganic chemistry. Okay, this is about the inorganic chemistry. syllabus of inorganic chemistry, third semester. Then in continuation, we'll see the organic chemistry. In third semester, okay, in organic chemistry, we have one important one, orientation. Orientation of groups. Which groups? Functional groups. Functional groups. Orientation of functional groups on monosubstituted benzene. Monosubstituted benzene. Monosubstituted benzene means chlorobenzene, bromobenzene, nitrobenzene. Okay, different groups are there. If benzene contains chlorine, chlorobenzene. Methyl means toluene. Nitro group is present and benzene, nitrobenzene. These are the groups. Okay, here chloro and methyl. Chlorine and methyls are okay positive mesomeric effect groups. These are ortho-para directing groups. Okay, electron density. These are increasing the. These are okay here decreasing the electron density. Decreasing the electron density. Ring deactivating groups. Okay, it is a ring activating group. Ring activating group. These are ring activating group. This is the ring deactivating group. This is the meta-directing group. NO2 is meta-directing group. Negative mesomeric effect group. Okay, here we'll see orientation of different functional groups on monosubstituted benzene. Okay, that is the first chapter. Then second chapter is alcohols. Alcohol. How we prepare the alcohol? Chemical properties, physical properties of alcohol. What are alcohol? The OH group, the OH functional group containing molecules we called as alcohols. We have different alcohols: alkyl alcohol, allyl alcohol, vinyl alcohol. Okay, primary and secondary, tertiary alcohols are there. Primary allyl alcohols are there. Secondary allyl alcohol, tertiary allyl alcohol, primary vinyl alcohols, and here in continuation, primary alkyl alcohol, secondary alkyl alcohol, tertiary alkyl alcohol. Preparation of alcohols, chemical properties, physical properties, uses of alcohols, we'll see in continuation in this chapter. So second chapter, that is alcohols. And third chapter is this is also related to alcohols, phenols. If benzene contains OH group, if benzene attached with the OH group, we call it as phenol. Here also say how we prepare the phenol. Okay, preparative methods of phenol, chemical properties of phenol, and uses of phenol. We'll see in continuation of different reactions with the mechanisms. What is the mechanism? It is important in degree level. Mechanism means the pathway for the formation of the product from the reactants. We call it as mechanism. What is the definition of mechanism? What is the definition of mechanism? The pathway for the formation of product from the reactants. We called as mechanism. We simply called as mechanism. Okay, that is about the third chapter in organic chemistry, phenols. And fourth chapter in organic chemistry, organometallic compounds. Okay, these are the well-known compounds. Already we know about the very important organometallic compound, Grignard reagent or MgX. Okay, here carbon, magnesium. Organometallic compound means carbon directly linked with the metal. The compounds which are obtained by the direct linkage between carbon and metal. We call as organometallic compounds. What are organometallic compounds? The compounds which are obtained, okay, the direct linkage of carbon and magnesium, carbon and metal, we called as organometallic compounds. So many organometallic compounds are there. Okay, alkyl magnesium halide, this is the magnesium organometallic compound. RLi, this is the lithium organometallic compound. Okay, here R3Al, aluminium organometallic compound. Okay, or CDR2 or CD. Okay, dimethyl cadmium, trimethyl cadmium, tetramethyl cadmium, tetramethyl lead, tetraethyl lead. Already we know about the tetraethyl lead. Okay, diphenyl compounds also there. Pi bonded organometallic compounds are there. Sigma bonded organometallic compounds are there. Okay, here sandwich type of organometallic compounds are there. We'll see in continuation all those organic metallic compounds in continuation. Organometallic compounds are important source for the preparation of the organic compound. For example, Grignard reagent is there. OMGX means alkyl magnesium halide. It is a Grignard reagent. It's called Grignard reagent. By using Grignard reagent, we will prepare so many compounds. We'll prepare phenol, we'll prepare alcohol, we'll prepare amines, we'll prepare chlorocompounds, we'll prepare primary alcohol, secondary alcohol, tertiary alcohol by using this Grignard reagent. This is an important source for the preparation of the Grignard reagent and alkyl lithiums. Okay, important source for the preparation of the organic compounds. Okay, this is about the organic chemistry. Here 4 chapters present in organic chemistry. First chapter is orientation of functional group on monosubstituted benzene. Second chapter is alcohol. Third chapter is phenol, and fourth chapter is organometallic compounds. And here in continuation we will see the physical chemistry. In continuation we will see the physical chemistry. Okay, in physical chemistry, first chapter is colligative properties. Already this topic is present in second PUC in solutions. Colligative property, the property which depends on the amount of solute or number of particles of the solute we called as colligative properties. The property which depends on number of particles of solute or amount of solute we called as colligative properties. Colligative properties is applicable for, these properties are applicable for only dilute solutions. What are the dilute solutions classified into based on the amount of solute? Solutions are classified into 2 types: concentrated solution and diluted solution. Okay, the solution which has more amount of solute we called as concentrated solution. The solution which has less amount of solute, very less amount of solute, we called as dilute solution. Here we have the 4 colligative properties. What are those? Okay, relative lowering of vapor pressure. Okay, here we are reading about the Raoult's law. What is the vapor pressure? What is the lowering of vapor pressure? What is the relative lowering of vapor pressure? We'll see in continuation. Okay, then second one, elevation in boiling point. Okay, boiling point will increases. What is the meaning of elevation in boiling point? We'll see in continuation of elevation in boiling point. Okay, third one is depression in freezing point. Okay, fourth colligative property is osmotic pressure. What is the meaning of osmotic pressure? How it depends on the amount of solute particle. We'll see in continuation these 4 colligative properties. What are colligative properties? One is relative lowering of vapor pressure. Second one is elevation in boiling point. Third one is depression in freezing point. And fourth one is osmotic pressure. We'll see in continuation these 4 topics in continuation of this one. We'll see. Okay, next second chapter is infrared spectroscopy. Infrared spectra. Infrared IR spectra is simply called as spectroscopy. Spectroscopy designed with the different spectra. Those are first spectra is UV spectra, ultraviolet spectra. Second one is infrared spectra. Third one is NMR spectra, nucleus magnetic resonance spectra. Okay, after that mass spectra also is there. Mass spectra, by using mass spectroscopy we will identify the mass of the compound. All these spectroscopies are useful for the elucidation of structure elucidation of molecule, organic molecule, or another way inorganic molecule. Okay, what is the main aim of spectroscopy? The main aim of spectroscopy is okay, it is useful for the elucidation of and structure elucidation of organic molecule and inorganic molecule, Here we have functional group ranges. How we will prepare the sample in IR spectroscopy? We'll discuss those topics in this chapter, infrared spectroscopy. Okay, third one is second law of thermodynamics. First law of thermodynamics discussed in second semester. Here we discuss second law of thermodynamics. Second law of thermodynamics. Okay, these are the three important topics are present in physical chemistry. Okay, total chemistry divided into three parts. One is inorganic chemistry and organic chemistry, physical chemistry, and physical chemistry. Okay, here in inorganic chemistry, how many chapters are there? Only 3 chapters are there. One is metallurgy, and second one is solvents, and third one is acid bases, and fourth one is orientation of functional groups and monosubstituted benzene. Okay, here alcohols, phenols, organometallic compounds, here colligative properties and infrared spectroscopy. Okay, and here second law of thermodynamics. Okay, in continuation we'll see the acids and bases. In inorganic chemistry we'll see the acids and bases. Just I want to give the introduction of acids and bases. In inorganic chemistry. Okay, what are acids? What are bases? Okay, here first we discuss about the acid. Okay, this side we discuss about the bases. Okay, here the materials, the solutions are the materials, the chemical compounds which are sour in taste, we called as acids. Okay, the solutions are the materials, are the chemical substances which are bitter in taste. Those are simply considered as a base. Okay, here acids convert blue litmus paper into red litmus. Okay, bases converts red litmus into blue litmus. Okay, if you dip red litmus paper in base, it converts into blue. If you dip blue litmus paper into acid, it converts into red. This is the fundamental property, and this is the one important identification of one of the important point for the identification of acid and base. Okay, here acids are reactive base, form salt and water. Okay, bases are reacts with acid, form salt and water. These are simply considered as an acid-base reaction. When acid reacts with base, forms salt and water. This we call as acid-base reaction or neutralization reaction. All acid-base reactions are simply considered as a neutralization reaction. And example for the acids. So many examples are there. Here I wanted to write some examples. I start with the hydrochloric acid. Okay, here HCl means hydrochloric acid, H2SO4 means sulfuric acid, H2SO3 means sulfurous acid, H3PO3 phosphorus acid, H3PO4 phosphoric acid, Okay, HPO3 metaphosphoric acid, HPO3 metaphosphoric acid, HOCl hypochlorous acid, HClO2 chlorous acid, HClO3 chloric acid, HClO4 perchloric acid, CH3COOH acetic acid, and here HCOOH formic acid, and here this is the oxalic acid, and here malonic acid, okay, succinic acid, this is the succinic acid, and here glutaric acid, this is the glutaric acid, and adipic acid. These are the mineral acids, these are the organic acids. Okay, these up to this mineral acids. This one formic acid, acetic acid, oxalic acid, malonic acid, succinic acid, glutaric acid, and adipic acid. All these are the organic acids. Okay, here these are the some examples. Nitric acid also is there. Nitrous acid is there. Okay, pernitric acid is there. All those are the mineral acid. These are also examples for the mineral acid. These are the examples for the acids. Then in continuation we will see the bases. And here boron trifluoride is also one type of acid. So, boron trifluoride, boron tribromide, boron trifluoride, boron tribromide, boron triiodide, aluminium trichloride, okay, gallium trichloride, indium trichloride. All these are also one type of acids. We will discuss in continuation of different acids. Okay, here example for bases. So many examples are there. Okay, which gives the OH minus ion. Okay, which gives the OH minus ion in aqueous solution. We call as base according to the Arrhenius acid base theory. Here we discuss about the Lewis bases also. Okay, here sodium hydroxide, lithium hydroxide, magnesium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, barium hydroxide, ferrous hydroxide, ferric hydroxide, ferric hydroxide, and here cesium hydroxide, rubidium hydroxide, ammonium hydroxide. Okay, this is also weak base. This is in continuation weak or strong. Okay, ammonium hydroxide. Along with this ammonia also, here it has lone pair of electron. This is also one type of base. Amines RNH2 primary amine. This is also one type of base. R2NH. Okay, this is also one type of base. R3N. This is also one type of base. Alcohols have lone pair of electron, also bases. ROR ethers. These are also bases. Water also one type of base. Okay, donate the one electron pair. So it is also oxygen has two lone pair of electron. So it donate the one lone pair of electron toward the H plus ion. Then it acts as a base. It is also one type of base. Water also one type of base. Water. Okay, these are all example for the bases. So many bases are there in chemistry. Lead hydroxide is there. We discuss. So many are there. Okay, all those are the bases. Okay, we'll see in continuation. All those are the bases. Okay, for example for the neutralization reaction, sodium hydroxide reacts with the hydrochloric acid and forms sodium chloride. It is a salt along with the formation of water. This is called neutralization reaction. Okay, in continuation we'll discuss strong acid, weak acid, strong base, weak base. What are Arrhenius acid base theory? What are the important points? What are the advantages? What are the disadvantages? Advantages of Arrhenius acid base theory. Okay, after that Brownstein-Lowry acid base theory is there. Okay, we'll discuss Brownstein-Lowry acid base also. Important points of Brownstein-Lowry acid base theory. Okay, after that advantages and disadvantages of Okay, the theory, Lewis acid base theory. What are the important points in Lewis acid base theory and important points of Lewis acid base theory, advantages, disadvantages. We'll discuss in continuation of those topics. Okay, thank you. From tomorrow I will start the complete description of acids and bases. Thank you. Okay, see that board, all those are also due to the inconvenience of this board. Okay, here all those are also one type of acids and bases. Okay, tomorrow we will discuss complete description of this one.